because it was interesting what you said, that the one on the right hand side again, the after, you felt was 2/3 or a shorter version. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the setup there now. The main change we talked about there was obviously the club now being a bit more vertical as opposed to being that lean forward. Okay.
I always felt to get the loft, I would have to, putting it more around the way.
I mean, totally golf clubs basically kind of sit down flat on the backside. They want to sit this way. Okay. Any manipulation with that, which can be used, will change the flight of the golf ball. So some guys might want to play a certain shot, hit it quite low, so they will lean the shaft forward and put the ball nearer to their right foot. Then if you want to get more height on the golf ball, you might move the ball further forward and add a bit of loft. Now the risk of doing that obviously is to top the golf ball, because the ball's just too far left of where you are. But in terms of a normal golf shot, if the club shaft kind of goes through your left ear, that's absolutely perfect there. Okay, so good start point. Now in terms of the backswing here, okay, that's where you did go before. Now, this is the one that you said felt shorter, or 2/3. Okay. In terms of, if we take away the club, try and get that out of the way. In terms of the body movement, you've swung the same. The only reason that club is here and not there is because that left arm has sort of collapsed. That left arm has maintained more of a width. Now, I'm not saying lock the left arm and keep it straight, but you've hinged your wrist far better on this right-hand side. So the impression is for you, I did a shorter swing.
Yeah.
You haven't swung the club shorter. In actual fact, you swung the club better, which is what we're trying to do. And this is why you hear the phrase, and you may have it on the golf course yourself, been told by other people, or may have thought it yourself, when we swing slower, the ball goes further. Now, what we're feeling is we're feeling a swing that is more efficient, therefore putting less energy into the shot, which in turn then hits the ball better, which sends it further. Yeah. So I think, when I swing softer, it goes further. No, if you hit the ball soft, the ball will go less distance. It's physics. I mean, the ball needs to be hit with a bit of a smack. But it feels to the individual less effort because things are working more efficiently, but we actually create more energy to the golf ball.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the sort of sensation you've got. And again, golfer or non-golfer, the one on the right-hand side now looks a lot more efficient in terms of I've turned my shoulders, I've hinged my wrist. Now, if we go through the next sort of few stages now of the golf swing, you can see your head starting to drop here now. So at this stage, we're in a very tricky position to bring that club back to the golf ball. This one here now, look how much further away, okay, how much further away the arms are from the body. As we continue on now with this one, that head's going down.
Yeah.
Look at that strike. I mean, on that one there, you're kind of looking at it face on. That one there, you're looking at probably just your left eye, your right, or your left eye was blocked off there by your nose as the club's going back in.
Yeah.
As we come back to the golf ball, very awkward position now. If we watch your left foot as you come, I think it jumps up off the ground. There you go. Left foot's lifting and losing stability. Now, again, like I said, this was a pretty good shot. So the fact you made a good contact shows that you can control that club. I mean, you can hopefully see then, if we look at this as we go through here now, look at that stability of that left foot on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just 1,000 times better. I mean, but the thing is as well, you've done that in about 10 swings, which is a great thing. Now, we did talk about head not staying down, arm not lifting up, left foot staying down. All that really came from was being aware of where your centre was and the ability to say, okay, I can reach the ground. And that simple drill we said, if you're on the range of hitting golf balls and you've had 4 or 5 swings and you just think the ground keeps getting further away as you swing the golf club, swing back and just drop the club in the ground. So the club will hit the ground somewhere back here. Really just start going, okay, right, I'm going to find the ground. And the way we find the ground is the hands and arms getting lower, not your head dropping down, because that's another variable. If your head starts here, why should it have to then get down here for the club to reach the ground? Something else has to have brought the club up to make that need for the head to go down, isn't it? The two wrongs making a right. Like I say, when it works, lovely shot. But the third shot, you then nobble it 10 yards through your left leg. And again, if you imagine on a flat mat now that we are here, if your feet are doing this through impact on a sloping lie, you're going to fall over if you're not careful, and you're going to have no stability whatsoever. This one here now, you look at that movement there with your feet, and that's class. Really, really good. I mean, look at that balance there. I mean, that looks excellent position there. Left foot sort of fighting there to try and get back the golf ball. Yeah. And again, if I said, where's your weight on this one? Probably leaning back a little bit. Where's your weight on that one? Pretty as a picture. So it may have felt a shorter swing. It was just a less effort required to make that swing, because you're not fighting your balance. You're not fighting your head going here. You're not trying to whack it with your arms. You're just creating a more efficient movement. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm finding after playing 6 or 7 holes. I'm absolutely shattered.
Oh, you would be,
I put so much effort into
exactly. It's like a 10 round of Tyson, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can.
I'm actually hitting the ball.
Yeah.
You know, you think, well, I'm absolutely.
Definitely. But you can see that now. If you look at this swing here now. If we sort of clear all these lines and we'll just watch them one at a time. So I'll go back. There we go. So we watch the one on the left hand side. A lot of movement there, and then you watch it on the right hand side. It actually probably seems a bit slower when you swing it. Just less things going on, you see. You've got less moving parts, so therefore the fact you're not using, I mean, if your left ankle's doing this every time, you put a lot of stress in your knees and your legs to try and support that foot. Then you're walking on them anyways. That's going to tire your legs out. Then your legs get tired to swing a golf club. Then your arms are doing all the effort because you've got to try and do more with the arms. So yeah, hey, by 6 or 7 holes, you're puffing and panting, feeling worn out, because you're using a lot more energy than you need to. Okay, make sense?
Does make a lot of
Happy
sense.
with that then? Yeah, I mean that for me again. I think that's for the movement there. I mean that is great. I mean, it says setup wise is really, really good. Block that one out of the way. It's a really, really good movement, and again in balance forever and a day. So the more we can repeat those shots,
that's
the
the frustrating bit. I've done that in the past. I know I can do it.
Of course, the thing is though, and I think potentially, if we're honest, you hit the ball like that, but did it doing that. I would suggest. But again, that just shows you can hit a golf ball from a harder position, which is impressive, but why bother making the effort? The way I look is, okay, right, we can cross this 100-yard bridge on a 10-foot wide bridge, or we can cross on a plank of wood that's a foot wide. What would you rather do? I'd rather go to the 10-foot wide bridge and jog across there than 1 foot at a time. I get, if it was 1 yard or 1 foot wide or 2 foot wide, you probably could get across there. But mentally, it'd be more stress and, oh God, if we don't get across it now, we're going to fall in the water, whatever. So yes, you're putting yourself under more undue stress that you don't need to do. Make the game easier. Make it a lot easier for yourself. Okay. Excellent. Right, have a couple more then, and then we'll see how they go from there, and we'll start looking at maybe some other clubs now or maybe next lesson.